What up, what up, what up? Henry Wolfe, Wolfe Realty Advisors. I'm coming to you today to tell you about single family homes. I want you all to know that single family homes are not an investment. Single family homes cannot create and build long-term wealth that you could pass on to your children. Single family homes is a liability and is a debt to you and to everybody else that owns single family homes. What I'm giving to you today is I want you to understand that if you want long-term wealth, if you want a legacy to pass on to your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, you need to purchase multifamily properties. You can take $1 million, and I've showed you on this channel, you can take $1 million and purchase 100 units. Think about that. $1 million can purchase 100 units. Say if you're not wealthy, you don't come from a wealthy family, and you wanted to get started. Listen to what I'm saying. You wanted to get started in multifamily. If you work 2 or 3 jobs for the first year, save up, let's say $100,000. So say if you work a job, two jobs or whatever, or start a business, because I'm not for working jobs, I'm for starting businesses. But hey, if you feel that you don't have any skills to start a business, then you can work a job. Say you work a job, said, hey, I'm going to work for 5 years and I'm going to increase my income every year. And then I'm going to save up $100,000. I was going to initially say you could save up $30,000, but then also you're going to need money for operating, because 30% of $1 million, excuse me, not 30%, 30,000 is, 30% of $1 million. No, excuse me. My math is off today. 300,000 is 30% of $1 million. But if you need 3% of $1 million, which it would be 30,000. However, since this is your first investment property, they're going to probably want 25 to sometimes even 30%. So you're going to need 300,000. However, say if you can find a short-term lender or even structure the deal in a different way, say if you do a lease back or owner financing, and you go to the owner and say we're going to start with $100,000, because I truly believe you can get 100 units with $100,000. As far as doing, say, a lease back, and that's how I purchase most of my properties. I purchase them through lease backs. So say if you do a lease back and you're telling the owner, okay, I'm going to give you $10,000 down. I'll pay you your $1 million asking price. I'm gonna pay you $10,000 down, and I'm gonna operate the place. And I'll give you, say, if the units are making money, say I'll give you $10,000 a month for the next, and however it takes to pay off the $1 million. That's a quick way that you can do a lease back. Also, you can, if you're gonna go the traditional route and try to get the bank to finance it, because it's not a single family home, they're going to want more than 3% down. They're going to want 30% down. However, if the property is operating and you have an income from the property, it shouldn't be a problem with them giving you the $1 million to purchase the 100 units. So all that aside, so say you purchase the 100 units, you have the 100,000, you put 30,000 down, now you have 70,000 left. What do you do with that 70,000? You improve your units, because if you improve the units that aren't occupied, it means when you have new tenants come in, they'll actually pay more for updated units. So now you take that money and you strategically don't spend all the money at one time. You take that money and you strategically fix each unit in each building and upgrade the units. Don't overbuild, but upgrade to where the units look better, smell better, are premium, and the tenants would pay more for that apartment complex. And then what you're doing is you're increasing your rents, you're increasing the overall value of the place. So you might go in to this 100-unit complex and it's worth 30,000 off top, but worth $1 million off top. But in a year, 2 years, 3 years, you're looking at $3, $4, $5 million in value because you increase the rents. So, and then after you do that, it's a no-brainer. What do? The second year, and I'm even do the run the financials for you. So let's say you have 100 units and you're charging $750 a month. That is, what is that? 75,000. Okay, 7,500, 75,000 a month. 10 months, 750,000 plus another 150. That's $900,000. You're looking at $900,000. $900,000 a year that you're getting in from this property. So let's say the insurance is going to run you about 35,000. Let's say the insurance is going to run you about 35,000. The tax is going to run you about 35,000. So you're back at minus 70,000, and then the maintenance, let's say it's going to run you 200,000. Maintenance and everything, expenses, maintenance, and all that, going to run you about 200,000. So you're looking at 270,000 miscellaneous. We're going to round it off to 300,000. So you have 600,000 after NOI. That's after your expenses, after your taxes, your insurance, and now we just subtract the mortgage payment. If you're bringing in 75,000 a month, let's say your mortgage payment is 10,000 a month, right? So now you, out of the 600,000 after everything's gone, what did I say? 10,000. So you're paying 120 a year, minus the 600,000. You're looking at 480,000 on one apartment complex. Excuse me. You're looking at $480,000 that you just made on a 100-unit apartment complex. There's no house, no single family home that can bring you $480,000 a year in net revenue. Net, it's even after NOI. But net revenue, no apartment complex, no single family home. You gotta excuse me because I'm at the shop. I'm constantly looking over the lot in case somebody comes and wants to purchase a car. But there's no way that you can make $480,000 off of a single family house, off of rent. You see what I'm saying? No way. So now what you do, and this is how you get wealthy. You don't take that 480,000 and go ball out and say, "Oh man, I'm going to take this money and I'm going to, buy me another house or buy me another car." You don't do that. You take that 480,000, just like you did with the first apartment complex, and you find another apartment complex. Even if you structure the deal the same way, you find an owner who's willing to do a lease back, and you say, "Hey, I'll lease it back from you." Or owner finance. I like calling it owner finance. I don't like calling it lease back. I'm owner financing the property. My name is put on the deed. My company's put on the deed. I give them a down payment. We go to closing. So now I own and I'm managing this property. The reason they call it a lease back, because most times people have mortgages on these properties, and mortgage companies do not allow you to put someone else's name on the deed. And if you do, they'll call the mortgage in, meaning that you have to pay the mortgage in full. So you do a lease back with the owner so that you cover the mortgage, you're paying the mortgage, and you're doing everything that you need to do. So it's considered a lease back and not owner financing like I like to do, or I like to call it. Okay, so second step. First step, I told you how and why single family homes isn't good and why you should buy apartment complexes, how the money comes in. The second step to building wealth is taking that 480,000 and purchasing you another complex. If you do it just like you did the first deal, you can get 3 properties out of that, the 480. You can get 4 properties, and you can have an extra 80,000 for operating expenses. So let's say 120,000 a property. You can get 4 other 100-unit apartment complexes. So say if you decide, hey, I want a little bit better property with not as much work that I'm going to have to do, then you can purchase, say, 1, 2, or 300 unit complex, and you could put that whole 480,000 down, minus keeping some money back for renovations, or you can even get extra money from the bank to do renovations and to pay you a finder's fee, or to pay you a little extra because you found the property, you're managing the property, you're doing everything else with the property. So it's so many ways that you can go about this multifamily thing. But I wanted to just touch bases with you and show you. So think, okay, you purchase one. I'm going to stand up because, and I'm going to lean on this car, okay? Okay. So you purchase one 100-unit apartment complex, correct? Then you have the income from that apartment complex. Then you purchase a second one. And then you do the same thing. You fix up the units, increase the rents. And then say year 3, you've gotten it down. You say, well, hey, I'm going to do a third apartment complex. So if you buying 100 units every year, and the more units you buy, the better you're going to get at it. But say you're buying 100 units a year by yourself. But I like to be optimistic. I like to grow. I love growth. So I would say after your first 100-unit apartment complex, let's say you jump and you purchase 4 apartment complexes year 2. So what is that? That's 480. We're going to do the numbers all the same. You're looking at 480 times 5. You're looking at 2.4. I'd say 2.4 million. You're looking at 2.4 million that you have to invest. And you have 5 complexes. I would say get 10 complexes now, and then you have extra money in the bank. So now you're buying 10 complexes. That's 1,000 units. So now you're buying 1,000 units a year on year 3, and it just continues to multiply. And then what you do is now you have to hire like regional managers and just continue to go. So I just wanted to drop this video because, like I said, I'm always thinking about real estate. I'm always thinking about how people can make money, grow, invest their money, and take off in business, take off, in whatever they're doing. So most so real estate and how you can create wealth for you, your family, and everybody else. And so I just wanted to drop this video. Hope you enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you wanted me to talk about another topic, just let me know. If you want me to speak on a certain kind of apartment complex, let me know. Like I said, I've been in commercial real estate for over 15 years. Even though I have a car lot and even though I have a tow truck, a towing company, I do a little bit of everything. So I'm actually getting back into more real estate nowadays, just because I really see that it's the way to go. It's the way to build wealth, and it's the way to grow in any way that you want to grow. It's a good way to grow financially. It's a good way to grow, build wealth. It's a good way to grow your assets. Anything you could think of, I think real estate is the way to go. All right, so peace out. Thanks for checking it out. Like it, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, ideas that you may want me to answer, just leave it in the comments and I'll get back with you. Thank you.